Sam Esmail, who brought us one of my favorite TV series of all time, Mr. Robot, has blown me away with his new Netflix film, Leave the World Behind. I can hardly say enough good things about this movie, and all the subtle ties into Mr. Robot made this fanboy full of nostalgia and just instantly fall in love with this movie. And by the way, this is a spoiler-free review, so if you haven't seen it yet, no worries, I'm not going to give away any major plot points. With a legendary cast led by Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, and Mahershala Ali, this film takes place just outside New York City and tells the story of a family's getaway to a luxurious rental home, which takes an ominous turn when a cyber attack knocks out their devices and two strangers appear at their door. All right, the first and most noticeable thing for me that really made this film awesome was the masterful cinematography. It's truly next level as Esmail leverages every technique in the book for setting a very tense and uneasy tone right from the very beginning. There's a lot of Hitchcock camera work at play here, and I just couldn't get enough, which is great because there was a lot of it. I was hooked in the first 20 minutes of this film. I was telling my family, literally 20 minutes in, I felt like I was gonna give this movie a 5-star rating. I was loving it that much. And early on, Esmail jumps right into the tension with Amanda, Julia Roberts' character, breaking the fourth wall with a line about how much she hates people, and that moment essentially sets the tone for the entire film. I'm telling you, it's like you're taken on an adventure as the viewer of this film as you see shots from like literally every angle imaginable, and you're just never bored. You're never just sitting there watching one scene from this one angle as these two characters are interacting or walking through a room or anything like that. There's always a unique spin and take on the camera angle, and I'm telling you, I just couldn't get enough. And the movie is also scored brilliantly. I got some Us vibes a few times with some modern day music used in tense situations, but there were also some nods to classic horror in here as well. The combination of the genius camera work and the powerful score hooks the audience and pulls us into the action and suspense on a completely different level. In terms of performances, Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, Mahershala Ali, and Kevin Bacon were all fantastic in their roles. And we also had great performances from Myha'la and Farrah McKenzie and their supporting roles as well. My personal favorite here, though, was Mahershala Ali as G.H. Scott. He plays the owner of the home being rented by our main characters, and he's a very layered character that we get to deep dive into as the film unfolds, and we just keep peeling back the layers and learning more and more about his missing wife, personal life, and ties to powerful people in his work. Every time he's on screen, you just get the sense that he knows more than he's letting on or that he's holding something back. And the dynamic between his character and his daughters is captivating as well because she just wants to look out for themselves and he wants to do what he feels is right by helping all of the people around them. In the end, his performance is one of the main reasons this film worked so well for me. Without spoiling anything, while the story is about a large nationwide event, it's mostly about current societal norms, our relationship with technology, and how we treat our fellow humans. There's a moment in the film where two of our characters, Amanda and Ruth, are out by a shed in the woods and they're surrounded by deer. In a desperate attempt to scare them away, the girls start screaming and flailing their arms while the deer stand calmly and simply observe these two acting like wild animals. It felt to me like how we humans might observe animals at a zoo. It sent a really strong message to me that animals actually do a much better job navigating tough, tense situations than we humans do, which is funny because we're supposed to be the superior beings here on this planet. But this movie does a fantastic job of showing what I think would actually happen, which is we'd all just turn on each other and collapse from within. But thankfully, that's not happening right now. So instead, you can help us hit our goal of 10,000 subscribers here on this channel by clicking that subscribe button down below. Let's get back to it. All right, so I'll be honest. I actually didn't know Sam Esmail was directing this movie until today when I went to watch it, and that just made me even more excited. I'm a Mr. Robot fanboy, and that show just might be my #1 favorite show of all time. So I was thrilled to see all of the callbacks and Easter eggs and ties to the Mr. Robot universe. We see an E-Corp laptop being used by Amanda at the Airbnb. Then when she goes to town to get groceries and we see Kevin Bacon's character for the first time, he's got an E-Corp 5.9 emergency kit in the bed of his truck, which is a callback to a hack that took place in the show on May 9th of 2015. And that hack was designed to destabilize the financial markets, destroy financial records, and redistribute wealth in America. Later, Ruth references the end of Mr. Robot, where she talks about a hack that happened a few years ago that almost resulted in a meltdown at a nearby power plant. We also see the son, Archie, wearing an Obey shirt, which looks a lot like the F Society mask worn throughout the Mr. Robot series. And finally, Amanda is reading a book throughout the movie titled Beach Towel by Otto Irving, and Irving is a major character in the Mr. Robot series as well. So yeah, as someone who loves Mr. Robot as much as I do, being pulled back into that universe, even to a slight degree, was such a cool and enjoyable experience. I know this might sound crazy in a year that has brought us some pretty big blockbusters, but I'm honestly gonna say this is my favorite movie of 2023, and as such, I'm rating this movie a perfect 5 stars. I'd definitely like to know your thoughts if you've seen this one or if you're planning on seeing it. Either way, I hope to see you down in the comments. That'll do it for me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.